We're going to be changing the title of this show every week using your help, but for the first week, we are going to be calling it Shameless and Nameless Games with Dames and Shaynes.
Yep.
But you'll come up with something better that maybe Shayne can say for the next
try
round.
it. And it better include juice in the name. Guys, welcome to Muscles, Muscles, and More Mungy Muscles.
That's what you guys decided to
You
name it.
named it.
You son of a bitch.
And welcome to
Patrick to Patrick.
Patrick to Patrick.
which is
Yeah,
what you
welcome
guys
to
named
Patrick
this show
Patrick.
next time.
Yeah, you guys named it, and now it's here. It's a real thing.
This is it's Shameless Games with Dames and Shaynes.
Dames and Shaynes.
You guys get to rename it every week.
It's the Renames and the Shames and Dames show.
Hello.
Welcome to This Is Not a Funny Show,
That is what you decided to title our show last week.
which is very nice.
We're very serious people.
We take games very seriously.
If you don't remember, this is the show where you get to name it every single week, and this time it's on the Smosh Games channel, and it's not the show with no name. It's a different thing. You guys named it last week. And remember, this is the show that you get to name. So we got some of your comments on Twitter, and this week the show was named If you saw the end of last week's, you'll know why. Again, this is the show that you get to name on the Smosh Games channel. So last week you decided to call this the Golfing Network.
The Golfing Network.
Last week you decided to call this show Don't forget that this is the show that you get to name on the Smosh Games channel. And last week you named it Don't forget that this is the show that you get to name, and last week you guys titled the show
Come and knock on our door. Come and knock on our door. We've been waiting for you. We've been waiting for you. Where the kisses are hers and his three's company too.
And so that's how we're going to be theming the episode this week.
Right.
By the way, this is the show that is generally nameless, and I love this beat. So last week you guys named it And while we're waiting for this loading screen, you guys get to name this show. Don't forget that. What was last week's episode called? It was called While we're waiting for this screen to load, don't forget that this is the show that you name. What was it named last week? Let's not forget that this is the show that the folks get to name. What did they name it last week?
That was good. It was good.
Great. Chill.
Yeah.
What did we name this show last week? Oh, it's time to name the show!
What's the name of the show?
Oh, Shayne, we were so foolish we didn't even say what it was last week. It was... This is the show that you guys get to name, so you guys named it last week. And so that's what we'll be theming it after today.
Yeah.
Not really, it doesn't
No,
affect anything.
psych. We don't.
No. This seems like a good time to mention that this is the show that you guys get to name. Shayne, what was the episode last week?
It was.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Oh, that's good.
What a hearty rump.
That's fresh.
And speaking of suggestions, this is the show that you guys get to name, and as you know, of course, you know, last week we named it. Did this dude die? I don't know if we mentioned, but this is the show that you guys get to name. So last week you actually titled the show,
which is great.
It was a great title. Thank you specifically to you for that title.
You know who you are.